In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use the dodge and burn technique in a non-destructive way. The thing about using the dodge and burn tool, which we used in the last lesson, is that those edits that we make are baked into that layer that we are editing. And so we can't undo them, we can't adjust them, it's baked into there. And so you really don't want to use that unless it's a really quick fix and you know that that's exactly what you want. So to do it in a non-destructive way, it's a kind of interesting workaround. Open up that image again, the YouTube thumbnail in G. What we want to do is create a new layer. So just click this new layer button. And then we're going to fill this layer with a gray, and we're going to fill it with 55% gray. If you go to your color swatches and you don't see the text, you probably have them as tiny thumbnails or small thumbnails. So just click that button in the top right and change it from small thumbnails to small list. And for now, I'm just going to get rid of the histogram and the navigator because I don't need those. And now I can see more of my grays. Select the 55% gray just by clicking the 55% gray button, and that changes our color selection to 55% gray. Now on a Mac, to fill this layer in with that gray, we press Option Delete. On a PC, that would be Alt Backspace. I'm going to rename this layer Dodge and Burn just by double clicking and typing in the letters and pressing Return on my keyboard. And then I'm going to change the blending mode from normal to overlay. We haven't talked much about these blending modes, but we'll go over that in a complete section later on. The overlay of this gray layer does barely anything to this image. If you turn it on and off, you can see that it does actually increase the exposure a little bit. We could dive in here and precisely get the right gray that doesn't do anything, but this should be fine for most images. Then what we're going to do is actually paint on different types of gray. So if we use our brush tool right here, we're not using our dodge and burn tools, we're actually using our brush tool, and just change the size and the hardness depending on what you want. And if we choose a gray that is in the lower percentage, say a 35%, and then paint on here, we're getting a higher exposure. So we are increasing the exposure, basically dodging this image. If we choose a darker gray, maybe something like a 70%, it's going to decrease the exposure of the part we are painting on. So we can go forward and adjust this image how we want. So maybe I'll choose 50% gray, try to brighten up my face just a little bit, maybe even choose 45% gray, paint that on. Now it's kind of hard to see here because this thumbnail is so small, but I'm going to choose large thumbnail so you can see just a little bit better that on this fill we have the 50% gray, and then we have, or 55% gray, and then right here in this little spot where my face is, we have that 45% gray that I just painted on. Maybe we want to make the sky a little bit brighter as well, so let's just choose 35% gray, increase our brush size, and paint on the sky. Maybe we want to make the grapevines over here a little bit darker, so we'll choose 65% gray and go a little bit over there. The best part about this is it's non-destructive to the photo. We can get rid of this right away if we want. We could change this and we can paint right over the gray that we had painted before with 55% gray and get it all back to normal if we wanted to. So this is non-destructive editing using an overlay layer. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know.